This is an introduction to foreign law research. Three terms that are often heard together are foreign, international, and comparative law, but these are three very different things. Foreign law is the domestic law of a foreign country. International law is the law between nations, often involving treaties. And comparative law is the comparison of the domestic laws of a number of countries. When you're dealing with the law of a foreign country, you must first find out the type of legal system it has. Legal systems are usually divided into common law, those based on the English judge-made system of law, and civil law systems, which are built on written codes that are designed to anticipate any possible legal problem, and then religious law systems. One really fun source for finding out what type of legal system a particular country has is Juraglobe from the University of Ottawa. Juraglobe provides general information relating to the different legal systems in the world, including the official language of each country. And I'm going to select the English language version of Juraglobe, and let's look first at Central America. Most of the countries in Central America have civil law systems, but you'll see that Belize, which is an English-speaking country, actually has a common law system like the US and the UK. Let's contrast that with a map of the Middle East, where most of the countries have religious law, civil law, or a mixture of both. Check out Yemen, which has a Muslim legal system with civil law, common law, and customary law mixed in, and Israel, which has aspects of civil law, common law, Jewish law, and Muslim law in its legal system. One very useful source for finding out about the sources of law in another country is the Foreign Law Guide by Flores and Reynolds. You can find it through our library's catalog, but we've also given you a link to it in our library's database page. I thought I might show you a couple of navigational tricks for using the Foreign Law Guide. And the first is that even though there's a search box up here at the top, this database is really designed for browsing. And there are help screens suggest that you begin with the browse, and I suggest that too. Scrolling down to law by country, it's broken into 4 alphabetical sections. And having opened up the Afghanistan to France list, I can click on an individual country, and I'm clicking on Australia on purpose because their laws are in English, which is the only language I really read well. Now, at the top of each country, there are collections of links on the government and legal system, primary sources, and other materials. And they use the same outline for each country, so not every country will have a hot link in every space, the way Australia does here. But it's useful often when you're dealing with a new legal system to read these parts and find out about how the legal system operates. Also below that, there are laws by subject. I'm going to scroll down to climate change. And again, the links only work, they use the same outline for everything, but the links are hot where there's something to find. And here in the climate change section, before I scroll down to it itself, I want to give you a few more navigational hints. The first is you should not use your browser's back button in this database. If you do that, it will actually take you back to something by the publisher. You can use this breadcrumb trail at the top to go back to the Foreign Law Guide, or there's a navigational thing at the bottom that will take you to the country's main page, or the list of subjects main page, or the Foreign Law Guide main page. So here I am in the Australia climate change section, and there's some primary sources. I'm going to click on the first one, and I go directly to the official Australia government page on this Greenhouse and Energy Minimum Standards Act of 2012. I can download the law, I can read it here, I can even order a print copy to buy. So it's a very useful place to start my foreign law research.